Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to our series of videos on card play for beginners. Let's look at boards 15 and 16. So we have 12 tricks and no trumps to be made here. This is a nice setup. Let's count winners and losers. We have 3 winners in spades, 3 winners in diamonds, that's 6. We are about to lose 1 trick in hearts. Ace will win the ace of hearts. Nobody would underlead an ace against 6 no trumps. There's no good reason for doing that. And so we may be sure that the ace is with ace and that he will win it at trick 1, meaning that we won't be able to lose any further tricks. And we will be left with 3 spades, 3 diamonds, 6, 2 hearts is 8, and 1 club is 9. So we need 3 more tricks, and the only way that we can get these tricks is from clubs. The only suit that can give us extra tricks are clubs, because spades, hearts, and diamonds are exhausted. So what is the position that we must hope for in clubs? We don't have a very good club suit to hope that we will be able to run it without losing any tricks. But there is one position in which this is possible. And so this hand is basically an exercise in visualization, trying to see what is the position that you must play for. And if clubs are 2-2, you have 9. If they are 2-2, you don't have any hopes of someone playing the king under your ace. Won't happen, regardless of what you try to do. If you play the queen, trying to win the trick, somebody, either East has the king and then you will lose to East's king, or either West has the king and he will cover it and then you lose a trick to the jack. So clubs 2-2 is no good for you. It's not a good position. If clubs are 3-1 with a singleton king, might that happen? Yes, it might happen. Would it help? What would you do? You would cash the ace, capture the king, and then if the singleton king is in East, West is left with the jack to play after the queen. So you won't ever be able to capture his jack with your queen. He plays after seeing what you played. And so singleton king with East doesn't help. And if the West has a singleton king, you play the ace, and West plays a king. What does East have left? He started with the jack, 9, and 5 in that position. He will play the 5 under the ace, and he will have the jack and 9 left. And so if you play 6, he'll play the 9, forcing out your queen, and then he still has the jack. If you play the 10, he'll cover with the jack, forcing out your queen, and then he still has the 9. So again, this doesn't help. You're probably getting desperate by now. But there's still one chance, only one position in which you can run the club suit without losing any tricks. Let's think about the singleton jack of clubs. If West has a singleton jack of clubs, East has a king, the protected king, and so you won't be able to do anything. But if East has a singleton jack of clubs, and you start with a queen, what will happen? One of 2 possible outcomes. If West plays low, it will go queen, 5, 6, jack. And then you repeat the finesse, you play another club, 9, 10, you win the trick, and then the ace of clubs draw the last club. If West plays a king over your queen, the first trick will be queen, king, ace, jack. And then you have a finesse, a 10 ace over West's 9 and 5. You come back to your hand and play a club to the 8. So that is the only position in which you can run clubs without losing a trick, and therefore that's what you should play for. You need the singleton jack with East, and there it is. So you can now get back to your hand and try the second finesse, and now run clubs. The 9 will appear, and the hand is good. It's an interesting position, huh? Let's look at the next hand, which is very similar. as you can see. Again, we'll lose the first trick to the ace of hearts, and we need to run clubs without losing any tricks. And this position still, the singleton jack in east, works for us just as it did in the prior hand. We play, if east has a singleton jack, west has king and 9, we start with a queen, king, ace, jack, and then we run the clubs, or queen, low, 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 jack, and then we'll run the clubs. However, now we have 10 clubs rather than 9. And that means that if the singleton is a king, we cash the ace, capturing the singleton king, and then, unlike in the other case in which the other player would be left to the jack and 9, the only clubs missing are the king, the jack, and the 9. If one of them has a singleton king, the other has doubleton jack, jack and 9. And he will play the 9 under the ace, and then the queen will capture his jack. So we have two choices here, either singleton king or singleton jack. But trying to capture a singleton jack only works if the singleton jack is with east, right? If singleton jack is with west, east will always win his king, while singleton king works in both hands. Either singleton king with east or with west is good for us. So this is twice as likely. Basically, if we cash the ace without playing the queen, we win with two singletons, either singleton king with west or singleton king with east. These are two singletons. While playing the jack requires one singleton, which is a singleton jack with east. So the king showed up, and now you can run the clubs and make all the tricks. These two hands are a pair, and they are very similar to each other. And let's look at deal 17, which has the same situation in a different clothing. So the proper play will be a little bit different, but again, 6 no trumps. And again, the main thing is dealing with the club suit. However, in this case, we have no side losers, right? In the other cases, we had king, queen, jack of hearts. Now we have ace and king, meaning we can't afford to lose a club. We can afford to make only 5 clubs rather than 6. If we make 5 clubs, this added to 3 spades and 3 diamonds and 2 hearts is more than enough for 6 no trumps. The main danger is to lose 2 clubs. Okay? And so there's some ways of ensuring that we'll lose 2 clubs, or only 1 club. One of them is this. We can play a low club, and if he plays the 5, remember we have 10. Now if we play the ace, we run the risk that east will show out, and then west has king, jack, 5. He'll make 2. But we can play the 6 here, and even if we had lost to the jack or to the king, there would be only 1 club left, right? After the first round. 3, 5, 6, some honor. In east, the next round would exhaust the clubs. That works. And another way to make it work is this. We go to dummy, and lead the low club from there. This also works, because now we can let it run. It will drive out the jack. And now we have a straight finesse against west's king and 5. Notice that if east had played the 5, we let 6 from dummy. 5, we can either play low or high, doesn't matter, because we know that we can only lose this trick, and the next one will be won by the ace capturing all the clubs. Either the 6 of clubs will win the trick, 6, 5, deuce, and a discard. The 6 won the trick. Or, if the 6 lost to the jack, let's say, the ace of clubs will capture the next one. And so the only error here is to start with the ace. Because if we start with the ace, and west has all 3, king, jack, and 5, then we lose 2. The best play to ensure that you can make all of the clubs if there's a singleton king is the first one that we tried. is we start with a low one from hand, because sometimes West has a singular king. If he plays the king, we can win the ace. If he plays any honor, we can win the ace. If he plays the jack, we can win the ace also. But once he didn't play the honor, we played the 6 and we guaranteed the contract. Okay? So these 3 boards were all revolving around the proper ways of handling the club suit, depending on your goal, losing no tricks or losing only 1 trick, and how many clubs you had combined in 2 hands. They were an interesting set. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.